Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. This is week 4 of our spring YouTube hop. It is our last week. You had so much fun making all these projects. I hope you guys were inspired. I hope you tried some of them. I know a lot of us had tutorials, so I really hope you had a great time with this. I know I did, and I love watching the videos. There will be some winners. Various participants are going to pick various winners. Each person has different rules. I'm going to pick a winner. It's just going to be a random comment from one of the 4 videos. I'm not sure which one, but I'm just going to pick a random comment, and you'll win a prize. So just watch out for that. I think the prizes are going to be next week. Most people are doing them next week, so just watch for that. But this week was super fun. It is a sweet treat holder. So any type of sweet treat, the girls wanted to make a cute little holder for it. That's what they did. This is mine. Super cute. It is Stampin' Up! Heavy, so I will tell you the numbers of the products that are still, you can still get. I did use some retired stuff, but I used what I had. So my treat box holds a cup of coffee and a pack of Milano dark chocolate cookies. How fun is that? So you get cookies and coffee. Your recipient only has to add water to their coffee stick. This is a great craft fair item. It's also a great pillow gift, like if you're doing something. So this was very heavy, inspired by the paper Pixie. She did have a box that held a pack of Milano cookies and a coffee stick, but the box was a little bit too big and bulky for me, and so I changed the measurements and did my own box. And it's super fun. So here we go. Alright, so the items that you're going to need are, you're going to need a piece of paper. This just happens to be the Mellon Mambo. I'm using scraps, and so you need a piece of paper that is 7 3/4 by 8. So that's that. You're going to need, if you want to do exactly like mine, the stamp set I used was Happy Hedgehogs. I used the little bird, and I used the sentiment here. This does have a little punch that goes with it for the hedgehog, which is so cute. I use these brass butterflies. I'm not even going to attempt the name because I'm not going to get all tongue-tied. I use Bermuda Bay Ink, which is my favorite ink. It's like a teal kind of color. I use Rainbows and Sunshine Celebration paper. I literally have a scrap. This measures 2 3/8 by 3 5/8. And I used Pop Dot, like the dimensionals. I used the Stampin' Up! Mini, and I used the regular ones. Okay. Oh, and I used a label punch. This one's not current. I don't even know the name of it. But you can use any type of, obviously any shape, even if you just want to cut a rectangle. It will still look super, super cute. And the Rainbows and Sunshine paper was a celebration. Alright, so this is all I did. I made this box out of the Mango Melody. So I still have the scraps here. So I'm just going to punch it out. I took a little piece of scrap white paper to make this inside. And all I did to make this cute little oval is I used my corner chomper. So like your, corner chomper. I just wanted to show you guys this because I know a lot of people in a previous video said they wish they had all the tools and stuff. Most people have a corner rounder of some sort. You don't necessarily have to have a chomper, but a corner rounder, you can change a rectangle into a super cute squoval, kind of square squoval. So you really don't have to have a lot of items. I use all of my inks as distressors. I just stick it in a little bag. I got this cheap somewhere. I don't know where. And then I just kind of distress it. You can use like the finger daubers, whatever, but I just use what I have. So yeah. But really for me, my main things that I use in all of my projects are a paper trimmer. I do suggest you get a really good quality paper trimmer. I love Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, not just because I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but because I actually do love the trimmer. You need quality paper, which you can definitely get from Stampin' Up! You can get it from, you know, Michael's, wherever. It's pretty much what you need to make a project. You can always make any shape with your scissors. You need a great pair of scissors. I use the Stampin' Up! Paper snips, and I use my favorite Fiskars. I actually won these. So that's what I use. Okay. Anyway, back to the box. So we have our little pieces. We'll put these together afterwards, but let's get to measuring. So we need our 7 3/4 by 8-inch piece of paper. Move all this out the way. We need our scoreboard, or you can use your paper trimmer to score as well. It doesn't matter. So we're going to do the 7 3/4 side first, and you're going to score that. So put the short side at the top, and you're going to score that at 1 and 2. You're going to rotate so that way the opposite short end is up top. You score that again at 1 and 2. Okay. That's it on the short side. Now you're going to rotate it to where the long side is up top, and you're going to score it at 1, 3.5, 4.5, and 7. Okay. So that was 1 inch, 3.5, 4.5, and 7. Okay. We're going to go ahead and use our bone folder or whatever you want to garnish your sides. This is a little chipper. You can use a scraper, you know, like you get them free in the mail. Sometimes they advertise different companies. You can use an old hotel room key, an old credit card, whatever you have. When I first started, I used my old bus pass because it was thick. Anyway, all right, so that is all the scoring and varnishing we need to do. Now we need to do some cutting. So have your paper like this where your 1-inch score marks are at the top and bottom. Okay, and come on. We're going to do some cutting. Okay, so we have our score marks here, like so. We do not need this square. We do not need this square. We do not need this rectangle, and we do not need that rectangle. Okay. So let's go ahead and cut that off, and you're going to do that to the top and bottom. So we're just going to come right up here, and we're just going to go ahead and cut the 2 squares and the 2 rectangles completely off. Okay. Flip it upside down, and you're going to do the same thing. You don't need any of these. Alright, so cut up to that second score line and cut all of that off. So you have a little wonky thing like this. Okay. Now we're going to make our tabs, and all we're going to do is cut up those score lines between the squares and the rectangles, like so. Funky little thing like this. And you're going to cut off the first squares, and you're going to miter. Just, you know, take a little sliver off, because the squares are what tucks in the tab here, so you don't want to cut off too much. Okay, so it looks like this. And yes, I'm doing this fast because I have 1,000 tutorials on these boxes, so if you need it slower, I have slower ones. But we're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to cut up the score lines between the squares and the rectangles. Cut off that first box and miter the corners. That's it. Okay. Now we're going to take our corner rounder or chomper, whatever you have. You're going to go ahead and round the corners on the rectangle. And that's it. I did that really funky. Pick it in. So, like that. That's it. Now we're going to put our box together. I am going to miter my flap just a little bit. So I'm just going to take just a tiny sliver off that. Okay. So now all we need to do is flip that over and glue it shut. Okay. You can use your wet glue. You can use your tape. I'm a wet glue person, so I'm going to use wet glue. And then also, if you mess up a little bit, you still have time to move it. Alright, so I just put the glue on there, and I'm just going to fold it over. Make sure everything's straight. There's no glue oozing out. Varnish it in there. And that's it. The box is done. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is flip it around to the front, lay it flat, and I'm going to go ahead and glue my piece on real quick. Ooh, I like that side too. I think I'm going to use the polka dots though. Quickly glue this on, and then I'm going to use my little pieces I made somewhere. There we go. I'm just going to glue this down. So the little bird, and I don't know if I said this because I've had to do this tutorial a couple times, just because people were trying to help me and they just kind of got in the way, but that's okay. But I don't know if I said, this little bird, I inked and I fussy cut him. What I would do instead of fussy cutting him, if I was doing this for craft fairs and whatnot, I would actually just punch him out using maybe a circle punch or use a rectangle or something like that, instead of fussy cutting him, because it was well, not really time consuming. I just don't enjoy fussy cutting, so for me it would have been easier just to use a punch. Alright, so I am literally using the border of my dimensionals, and I'm just going to pull this off. Okay, and we're just going to set that right in the middle there. And then my little bird, I used the small dimensionals for the flower and a little corner piece just for the top of the bird, because I'm going to glue the bottom of the bird onto the label. So just glue, a little glue on his feet. And we're just going to go ahead and pop him up like so. And we're going to throw a little butterfly on there. I need his scissors. And just throw this little butterfly however he lands. Like that. We're going to take some Wink Stella or glitter pen, whatever you have. And we're just going to add just a hint to the bird. Maybe his little eye. Just here and there. I'm going to go ahead and glitter my words just a bit. And that is it. Your box is done. Fold in your flaps like so. You're going to add your cookies. I didn't bring another one over here. So you're just going to add your cookies and your coffee stick. Excuse me. And you are ready to go. Now, it may be a little bit tight like how mine is, but that's what you're looking for. So you can always take your 3/4 inch circle and make the little thumb tab if you want. If you're doing a lot of them, I would probably just say don't do it. It's extra time. It opens just as fine, but for the finishing touch, you can definitely do that little half circle. Make sure it's in the middle as best as you can. And just push it out and add your sweet treat. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye. Alright, I'm ready to go. Well, no, I'm not yet.